Good morning. How are you?
Good, I'm fine.
I'm Dr. Vicki Fitz. You call me Vicki, though, okay, please?
Okay.
Okay. You are?
I'm Kelly Smith.
Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell Kelly?
It's Kelley.
E-Y. That's interesting. Smith is S-M-I-T-H?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've never seen a Kelly with an E.
Yeah, my mom's kind of weird.
Okay. Okay. That's great. Did you have any problem finding the office this morning?
No. I mean, I just rode the bus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, our bus system doesn't necessarily work great, but it worked well for you today.
Yeah, I got here. I mean, it took me like 2 hours, but I'm here.
Oh my gosh. Do you always ride the bus?
If I have money for a pass, yeah.
Okay. You don't have a car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So, now, who referred you into our office today?
I went to get food stamps for me and my kids, and they told me about you guys. So they told me about you.
What did they tell you about us?
That you probably could help me with some of the stuff I'm dealing with right now.
Okay. Well, we'll try our best to help you.
Okay.
And we'll start by gathering some basic information
Okay.
and trying to take a look at what it is that you would like to accomplish.
Okay.
And through that process, we'll see what it is you need, and then we'll do what we can to help you meet those needs.
Okay.
Okay? All right? Okay, Kelly. So, you think we're ready to get started on the process?
I think so.
Okay. So, there'll be a lot of us conversing back and forth, me asking some kind of personal questions. If there's anything that you're not comfortable with, it's okay if you don't talk about it right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
One thing I want to let you know, that everything is confidential that you tell me. I cannot tell anybody else anything that you're revealing to me, whether it be your partner, your parents, anyone.
Okay.
You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
There is one area, though, that I cannot keep confidential. If you share with me that you're thinking of harming yourself, hurting yourself in any sort of manner, or hurting someone else, I can't keep that confidential. There's something called a mandated reporter where I have to let other people know so we can make sure that we get you support.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, great, great. So let's go ahead and get started.
But if I talk to you about someone who's hurt me, is that a problem?
I can keep that confidential.
Okay.
I might talk with you about steps that you might want to take, but that is something that is going to stay between you and me, and you have to make the decisions on what to do on that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, so your reason for referral, why are you here today?
My boyfriend got arrested, and he's not there to help me with the kids, and we need food. And so when I went to go get food stamps, they had some questions they were asking me, and we started talking about some of the physical abuse that I've dealt with him, and they think it's a good idea for me to talk to you.
Okay, so your boyfriend is physically abusing you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you living with him?
I was, yeah.
You were.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you staying now?
I'm still at the apartment, but he's in jail right now.
He's in jail. Okay. Is this the first time he's gone to jail for this?
Yes.
Okay. And how long is he expected to be in jail?
We don't know.
Okay.
Because there was some other stuff that he got picked up on. I don't know, some other charges or something.
Okay. That must be very nerve-wracking for you, not knowing when or if he's coming home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So you currently live in an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me the address for the apartment?
15 Winter Street.
Winter Street. Okay. All right. And how long have you lived there?
We've been there about 6 months.
6 months. So it's fairly short term.
Mm-hmm.
And you lived with him before this apartment also?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You know what I'd like to do is, as I ask some of these questions, I want to draw out relationships, because it helps me understand relationships better.
Okay.
And so if you don't mind, I'm going to do something called a genogram, where I'm going to, and you know what, I'm going to start over, because you and your boyfriend are living together, and this dotted line means that at this point you're living together. What is his name?
His name is Jeff.
Jeff. And how do you spell that, Jeff?
J-E-F-F.
Okay. All right. And how old is he?
He's 38.
38. Okay. And your name is Kelly with an E. And how old are you?
42.
42. And you said you have children. Are they yours and Jeff's?
They're mine.
They're yours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so I'm going to go like this and put these kids down here. And how many children do you have?
2.
And the oldest one's name is?
Mike.
Mike. Okay. How old's Mike?
He's 18.
18. My goodness, you don't look like you could have an 18-year-old. Oh gosh, is he living in the home?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he still in school?
Yeah.
Okay. And the second child is?
Justin.
Justin. Okay. And how old is Justin?
He's 7.
And he's 7. He's definitely living in the home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And all right. So we have a picture of your household here. Right now, Jeff is not in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about the father of Mike and Justin? Is he in the picture at all?
They have different dads. No.
They have different dads.
Mm-hmm. They don't help me.
Okay, so we'll put a dad here and a dad here, and they're not helping at all. So
Mm-hmm.
they're basically cut off from you and the boys. That must be tough. Wow.
I don't want them in their lives anyway.
Okay. Is there a reason you don't want them?
They're just not good people. I mean, I don't know. The one dad was, probably could have been abusive, and the other one just took off, so.
Okay. Okay. So we'll put abuse here, and then abandonment here. Boy, that's a hard word, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, were you married to either one of them, or were they were, okay. So you have these 3 relationships with these guys, and 2 wonderful children out of it. I assume they're wonderful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay. All right. So, let's go back. I'd like to know a little bit more about your support system. Mom? Is Mom still living?
Yeah.
Okay. Mom's name is?
Mom's name is Barb.
Barb. And how old is Barb?
She's like 60-something. I don't know.
60 something.
We're not very close.
Okay, so you're not very close.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to put like a little dotted line. We use a lot of little dotted lines to show stuff here. Okay. And your dad?
It's my stepdad.
It's your stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what is his name?
Jerry.
And how is that spelled?
Jerry.
Okay. You're the only one so far that's got that wonderful E in your name. Okay. What about your dad?
He died when I was little.
Okay, so he died when you were little. And what did he die of?
He had a hunting accident.
Oh dear. How old were you when he passed?
I was 1.
Oh my gosh. All right, and what was his name?
His name was Keith.
Keith. Okay, are you close with your stepdad?
No.
Okay. Would you say you're distant from him? Or?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right, Kelly, do you have any siblings?
Mm-hmm. I have 2.
Okay. Younger or older?
They're both younger.
Okay. And boys or girls?
1 boy and 1 girl.
Okay. And who the oldest is?
Holly.
Holly. Okay. And how old is she?
37.
37. Okay. And the second one is?
Ryan.
Ryan. Okay. R-Y-A-N?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And how old is he?
He's 35.
35. Okay. Out of all of these people here, who would you say is most supportive of you? Who can you turn to when you have a problem?
I mean, really nobody. I mean, I guess my sister, but she's really upset that I'm still with Jeff. she hasn't really been around very much because of that.
Okay. All right, so we're going to put a little bit of a zagged line here. You know how it's, yeah, you know, so we'll make that a zagged line. All right. Any other people that you consider family or close enough to be family that you turn to for support?
Not really.
Okay. Okay. You and Jeff are in a situation of domestic violence right now. Was that a situation at all that your mom and Jerry experienced?
No, I mean, like, he'd get mad at her if she was drinking or something, but, I mean, he never hit her or anything like that, you know. He'd probably just ignore her or something.
Okay, so Jerry drank?
My mom did.
Oh, your mom did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I had that wrong. And then Jerry would get angry about that?
Yeah.
Okay, and would you say your mom had a problem drinking, or?
No, I don't think she's an alcoholic or anything. I mean, there were times that, you know, like, Holly and I would have to make dinner or something, but, you know, because she was drinking or something, but, I mean, like, you know, she went to work, she did what she needed to do, and I don't think she's an alcoholic.
Okay. How many times would you think that you had to do that in a month, make dinner because mom had been?
I don't know, like maybe 6 times a month or something. It wasn't very often.
So once or twice a week, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Would you say in this family growing up that either you or Ryan or Hallie, is it Hallie?
Holly.
Holly, I'm sorry, I can't read my own writing. Experienced any sort of abuse, any sort of neglect?
I mean, you know, like if my mom was drinking, she didn't really pay a lot of attention to us, but I mean, we always had like, you know, like a roof and stuff we needed, I guess. I mean, there was always food and stuff.
Okay. Was there ever any sort of incidents with Children's Services? Did anybody outside the family ever think that maybe your kids needed a little more support?
I mean, they came and talked to us a couple times, but like I don't think that there was ever anything, they never like had us go and have to do anything about it. Like they just came and talked to us, but I don't think they ever found anything.
Okay, okay. Any sort of physical abuse? What was the discipline like in your family?
Just yelling.
Just yelling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lots of yelling.
Lots of yelling?
Mm-hmm.
What sort of things would people yell?
Shut up. Get out of here. Leave me alone.
And that was mainly your...
My mom.
Okay.
Especially if she was drinking.
Okay, but she didn't really have a problem drinking. She just sometimes...
So sometimes.
Yeah. Why do you think she was drinking? Any idea as a grown-up now looking back?
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, she had everything in the world she'd want, really. I don't know. I don't know what her problem was.
Okay. Okay. Well, could be she just liked to drink, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. One last question about your family of origin, and thank you for sharing all this with me.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any sexual abuse or any incest in your family at all?
No.
No?
Nothing like that. Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay, so no inappropriate touching, no inappropriate... Okay, great,
No.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Kelly. Thank you for helping me to put together this genogram. It's a great way of giving me a chance to take a look at your family and get to know you and your family a little bit better.
This looks like so much when you're writing it down like that.
Oh, all of our families are so wonderfully complicated, aren't they? Good relationships and bad relationships. But I'm going to put that aside for right now.
Okay.
And I would like to talk to you a little bit about the reason you came in here. You came in here because of some abuse going on in your home?
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about that relationship?
Yeah, Jeff and I have been together off and on probably for about 2 years now. And he just, you know, he likes to drink, and when he drinks, he gets violent. And you know, he gets really angry, I guess, and I really frustrate him during that time.
Okay,
And
you frustrate him.
yeah, I mean, he just does. I say things that I know are going to make him mad, and then he just gets physical because of it.
Okay, all right. How did you guys meet?
At a bar.
At a bar, okay. All right. Is this a local bar that you've gone to a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. It's one of those where everybody knows your name?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Okay. And he was in that bar drinking?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't go there anymore because he's been asked not to come back.
Oh, okay. All right. So, how did the relationship progress after you met him at the bar? How did it progress?
I mean, I don't know, he like moved in really quick. You know, I was struggling with Mike and Justin. I was just having a hard time, and you know, Jeff makes a decent living, and so he was willing to come in and help me with my kids, and so he moved in.
Okay. Oh, that was nice of him. What does he do for employment?
Oh, he has his own construction company.
Okay, so construction company. How do he and the boys get along?
At first they got along pretty good. He and Mike fight a lot now. Mike gets really upset with Jeff when he's drinking.
What do you think Mike is getting upset about?
With him being violent with me and yelling at me. Mike actually hasn't been around for a couple weeks because this last fight really upset him.
Where's Mike staying?
His friends. I don't know, he's not answering any of my texts, so.
Does that worry you?
He does this sometimes, you know, it's stressful for him, so he disappears for a little while. He'll calm down though, he always does.
Okay, all right. Let's go back to you and Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Did the violence start in the very beginning of the relationship, or when did it start?
I don't know, like, I mean, probably within a couple months, I guess. You know, like he would just get stressed out at work, and then he would start drinking, and the more he drank, then the angrier he would get. And sort of when I first met him, I think things were better at work. You know, the economy wasn't as bad, and so the more stress he had, the more he drank, and then that started with our fights.
Okay, and what do you normally fight about?
About money, about, I don't know, if he feels like I'm not where I was supposed to be when I was supposed to be there, that I talked to somebody he didn't want me talking to. You know, like the other day, we were in the grocery store, he'd been drinking, I could smell it on him, and some guy came up and asked me where the bread was, and he almost yanked my arm out of socket just trying to get me out of the store because the guy was asking me that.
Oh dear, how's your arm now?
It's fine. I mean, it's just, you know, he's just really jealous. He just really doesn't like me talking to people or people talking to me.
Wow, okay. So right now, he's in jail.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the future of this relationship will be? Is this a relationship you'd like to fix and continue?
He's gonna kill me when he comes out.
He's gonna kill.
Oh my God! Because this is his livelihood. Like I'm screwing up everything for him right now.
You're screwing up everything.
Yeah, because
you go to the construction site and throw his books around or tear down buildings? How are you screwing it up?
No, but if I hadn't pressed charges, he would be at his job right now, and he's going to lose his company if he sits in jail for very much longer.
Okay. Okay. Do you really feel that he's going to kill you?
I don't know what he's capable of. I know he can hurt me if he wanted to.
Has he made any threats towards that?
Oh, he always says that. He always says that.
He always says that?
Yeah.
Does he have anything that he can use? Does he own a gun?
Yeah.
He does?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the gun?
I don't know, his truck. Locked
Okay.
up probably in the back of the truck.
Okay. All right. At some point during our sessions, maybe we should talk about these threats and this gun, and maybe what choices you might want to make about either reporting the threats to the police or, you know, something like that to keep you safe.
Okay.
Okay. Let me take a look here. And so we've talked about your two children. Mike is 18.
Mm-hmm.
He's still in school, but you haven't seen him for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And you said this is kind of normal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
He gets overwhelmed kind of, and he just disappears for a little bit.
okay, how's he doing in school?
Yeah, not very good.
Not very well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's why he's 18 and not graduated yet.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then the youngest is definitely in the home. He's not able to go someplace and get away from his Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how Justin is doing.
He's my baby.
He's your baby?
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good. He's just, he's just with me all the time.
Okay. How does he react when Jeff gets angry and violent?
He gets scared.
He gets scared? What does he do?
He goes to his room.
Okay. Has Jeff ever harmed him in any sort of way?
No.
Okay, so his anger is directed only towards you.
It's only me. I'm the one that pushes all the buttons. The kids don't. They don't have anything to do. It's me. I'd make the choices to do that stuff.
Okay. You mentioned that the boys have different fathers, so you've had some other relationships. Was there any violence or anger in those relationships?
With Mike's dad, yeah.
With Mike's dad? What was his name?
Pete.
Okay, Mike's dad's name Pete. Okay, and how long did that relationship last?
I was with him for like 6 years.
6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and describe that relationship for me.
He drank.
Okay, he drank.
He was in the military.
All right.
And when he came back from Desert Storm, he just drank way, way, way more.
All right.
And we fought a lot. And then one night he just picked me up and threw me against a wall because he made dinner and Mike didn't want it, and he was pissed that he wasn't eating it, and he threw me against the wall, and I decided that at that point I was leaving.
Were you okay?
Mm-hmm. I mean, bruises and stuff, but I just knew that was it. So the next day I got my stuff together and I took off, and he didn't know where I was.
Okay. So in a similar difficult relationship, you were able to get yourself and Mike together, and you went ahead and left.
Mm-hmm.
And set up your own place or go back to your parents?
I went back to my parents for a little while, but I was afraid he would follow us and cause problems for my parents. And my mom, she didn't really want us there. It's just another mouths to feed.
Mm-hmm.
So, we kind of just packed our stuff up, and I went and stayed with friends for a while, and then I met Justin's dad.
Okay, so you then went into a relationship with Justin's dad.
Mm-hmm.
And what was his name?
Ben.
Ben. All right. And tell me about the relationship with Ben. How long did that last?
It was actually probably the best relationship I've ever had.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. But you said he abandoned you and Ben?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Justin.
Oh, Justin, I'm sorry.
He was cheating.
Oh, dear.
And he left and went with her.
Okay. Was there any hitting or yelling or drinking or anything in that relationship?
I mean, I was drinking.
You were drinking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And, okay, so you were the one that was drinking. How did Ben react to that?
He didn't like it. He kept asking me to stop, and I mean, I don't get what his deal was, seriously, because I'm not an alcoholic. I took care of my kids. Justin had everything he needed. I don't know, but he wanted to be with her, so that's what he did.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, hi, welcome back.
Thanks.
How you been doing since we talked last time?
I'm doing okay.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good, good. Today I want to ask you some questions about your physical health.
Okay.
All right? We're still in the process of gathering information and talking about your life and what's going on for you before we start getting into what we can do to help you.
Okay.
Okay? I have on the intake form that you're seeing Dr. Jones, so you have a regular doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great, that's fabulous. Do you have any current medical issues?
Well, I mean, that's kind of why I started seeing Dr. Jones. I had, when things were really rough with Jeff and I drank a lot one night and I blacked out.
Oh my goodness.
I know, it was so stupid. And so I ended up at the hospital, and they did some different stuff. I've been having some problems with my heart rate being really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So they started kind of checking that out, and they determined it was probably from dehydration, because I like have a prolonged dehydrative state. I don't know, something. I can't remember what the term they used.
Okay.
But I know it's something to do with dehydration. And so I haven't blacked out since then, but I still kind of have heart rate problems.
So what are you and Dr. Jones doing to work on this issue?
I mean, he had me talk to like somebody that does like nutrition stuff, you know,
Okay.
and that kind of stuff. You know, just, like sitting down and trying to help me get through some of that. And I'm trying to drink water, but I don't like it.
Okay. Has he prescribed any medication for you?
Not right now. Mm-mm.
Okay, so you're not on any medication at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay. When was your last visit with Dr. Jones?
I don't know, it's probably been like a couple months now.
Couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Did he talk to you about this blackout and any concerns he might have?
I mean, I told him that it was just because of Jeff, just because of what had happened, you know, that he was just, it was just getting so overwhelming with him. And he knows that, and I told him I don't do that on a regular basis, and it's not something I'm going to do again.
Okay. Did he give you an examination?
Mm-hmm.
Did he find anything besides for the heart rate that he was concerned about?
He said I'm a little underweight, I guess.
Okay, underweight. And what did he suggest? Did the nutritionist for that?
Yeah, I mean, they just want me to eat more. I guess I'm not eating as much as they would like for me to. And that probably helps with the heart rate and the drinking and stuff like that. So.
Okay, okay. Sometimes drinking can cause acid reflux. It can cause, you know, the problems
that
with
burning,
the liver.
like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I've had some problems with that.
Did you let him know that?
No.
Okay. Might that be something that, if it bothers you enough, you might go back and...
I mean, if it bothers me enough, I guess. I mean, I just started noticing it like the last probably 6 months. But I mean, it hasn't been anything that I can't handle. You know?
Okay. Have you had any problem with your teeth?
Mm-mm.
Reason I ask that is sometimes with acid reflux or vomiting, sometimes it works on the enamel and causes your teeth to decay a little bit and to hurt fast, you know.
Mm-mm.
No? Okay, good. Good. What, have you had a checkup at the dentist recently?
No, it's been a while.
It's
I mean, the
been a while?
kids have, but I haven't.
Oh, the good mom taking care of the kids.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and-
I just can't afford it, you know?
Okay.
I don't have the money for it.
Okay, well, we can talk about some alternative sources that you can go to get a checkup. How long do you think it's been?
Probably like 6 or 7 years.
Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about the dental school and places like that maybe you can go and take care of yourself as well as you're taking care of your kids.
Okay.
Do you wear glasses or contacts?
I have glasses.
You have glasses. Okay, and they're for distance or for reading?
For reading.
Okay. And do you remember when you last saw your eye doctor?
Oh gosh, it's been like probably again 7 or 8 years. Something like that.
Okay. Again, we can talk about that to make sure that your glasses are correct for you.
Okay.
Now, you saw a nutritionist. Did she say anything special, any special dietary restrictions or anything that you should be doing?
She told me probably need to cut back a little on sugar
Cut back on sugar.
and eat more regularly. I mean, if I do eat, like I like sweet stuff, so.
Okay, and more regular meals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's what she suggested?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and do you exercise?
Running after my kids.
That's a lot of exercise. Anything like yoga or...
No, that's
No?
just weird.
Okay. It is a little strange, isn't it?
Mhm,
But
I don't like
some
that.
people find it very relaxing and it helps reduce stress.
Jeff would not be okay with that.
Jeff, well, we're not asking Jeff if he does yoga. We're asking you if you do yoga.
Yeah.
He wouldn't like you to do it either, though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And one last thing on your health. You had 2 sons.
Mm-hmm.
Any issues during the pregnancies?
Not really, no.
You had prenatal care during the pregnancies?
And they were low birth weight babies, both of them.
Low birth weight. Did they spend time in the EQ or NICU? I'm sorry, NICU. They did, they both did. But they're doing fine now.
Right.
Okay. Did you deliver early on either one of them?
Both of them.
Both of them. Okay. All right. Well, I think that completes what we need to talk about for your physical health. Thank you. So, on to mental health issues. Okay. Have you ever talked to someone who's given you some sort of diagnosis? It's like, oh my gosh, what might be depression, bipolar, substance abuse?
No, I've never had anybody get any diagnosis.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's positive. Okay. All right. Have you ever been treated in an outpatient clinic for anything? All right. And have you ever been hospitalized for mental health issues?
No.
Never know. Okay. All right. How would you consider yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 when it comes to happiness on your daily basis? 0 being pretty unhappy and sort of depressed, and 10 being real happy and functional and going about your day. Where would you put yourself?
Like right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm a 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my life isn't overly happy right now.
Okay, you're putting yourself at a 3. Okay. How long do you think that you've been at a 3?
Probably for a while.
What's
I would
a
guess
while?
like maybe probably almost the whole 2 years I've been with Jeff.
Okay, all right. You think it's pretty constant that you're at a 3?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you do that helps you move up from a 3 to maybe a 5 or a 6?
Drinking. I mean, it at least takes some of the stress away, and I can kind of just not worry as much as I usually do. You know, I mean, I got a lot of stuff I worry about, and if I'm drinking, sometimes I can not have to do that.
Okay. Well, 3 is kind of unhappy. Seems like you're kind of unhappy. Have you ever thought in any manner of harming yourself in any way?
No.
No?
I got my kids. I mean, no.
Okay, so your kids keep you from doing anything to yourself because you know that they depend on you.
Right.
Okay. In the past, before you had kids, had you ever considered harming yourself?
I don't know. I feel like I had the kids forever.
That's probably true.
But no, not really. It's just not who I am. It's just not.
Okay. Okay. So that is definitely not an issue that we have to consider with yourself, with any sort of harming yourself or suicide or anything like that.
Right.
That's great. All right. So now we're going to talk a little bit about drug and alcohol history, okay?
Okay.
All right. You told me that you do some drinking, that you use it as a coping mechanism. How many times again would you say a month that you're drinking?
A month?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess probably like maybe 2 or 3 times a week, so whatever that is a month, I guess.
2 or 3 times a week, okay. And how many drinks would you say that you had those 2 or 3 times a week each time?
I mean, I guess it depends on what's going on, but you know, probably like 5 drinks or so.
5. And what do you like to drink? Are you a beer person, a wine person, a whiskey?
Wine.
Wine?
Yeah.
Okay. So you would say you probably have about 5 glasses of wine 2 or 3 times a week?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, great. How old were you the first time that you had a drink?
I mean, it was always in my house, so I was probably like 11 or 12.
Okay. All right. And how often would you drink when you were 11 or 12?
Not very often. I mean, like, if I was hanging out with friends and stuff, maybe we would, but not very often. Like maybe, I don't know, once every couple weeks maybe. Not very often.
Once every couple of weeks, so maybe twice a month?
Maybe.
Okay. Were there times in your teens that maybe you drank a little bit more? Were there times you drank a little bit less?
I mean, I guess as I got older, I started drinking more. You know, I started partying more in general. Just.
And so when you started partying more, give me an idea about how much you think that you were drinking during that time.
I mean, I drink every weekend.
Every weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it drinking where you were enjoying yourself and having fun? Were there times when there were blackouts?
No, nothing like that. I mean, not from drinking anyway. I mean, we were doing a couple other things, so some of that I guess I probably blacked out maybe.
Okay. What else were you doing?
I've used X a little bit.
Okay.
You know, because it's kind of club stuff, not anything too heavy really.
So when you go out to clubs, you would use
Yeah.
ecstasy? Okay. What about cocaine?
A little.
What does a little mean?
I mean, like, I didn't do it every weekend or anything. Like, I might have it, you know, once a month or twice a month, maybe. You know, it's expensive, so, like, it was like if somebody gave it to me. Okay.
How about pot?
I'm not a big pot smoker, no.
Okay. Can you think of anything else that you might have used? Anything like crack?
No, nothing like that.
Heroin? Pills?
Pills, I mean, but I did that, like if I, you know, like if my back hurt or something, I would take those sometimes, but not really like, I didn't snort them or anything like that.
Okay. Okay. So these drugs were mostly for entertainment on the weekends?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. When was the last time that you used any of these types of drugs?
Oh God, I haven't used those since I had the kids. I mean, you know, you get busted on that stuff and you're going down, and I can't afford that with my kids.
So 18, 19 years ago?
Probably.
Okay, okay, great.
I mean, it was Mike's dad, so, you know, that was a long, long time ago.
Okay, okay, with Mike's dad. Thank you. All right, so my form asked me what is usually happening right before you took drugs.
You mean way back when we were using it?
Way
or
back.
Drinking?
Way back.
You know, usually it's like we'd go out and party, you know, like you just feel like it's, you know, life gets heavy sometimes. It's just fun to hang out and have a good time, you know, and that's kind of what we were doing, I think. I mean, it wasn't because we were, you know, really sick or anything. I mean, we were just having a good time.
Okay. All right, so like a party prep.
Yeah.
Like you put on your dress and your makeup and.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But you brought up a good question. What's happening now before you drink?
I mean, it's different now. You know, I'm not drinking to have a good time. You know, I'm drinking to kind of, I don't know, it makes it so that I don't have to stress out so much about everything. You know, it just kind of makes it so I'm not worried. I don't know, just have a couple glasses of wine, you just kind of get this good warm feeling going, and I don't have to stress and stuff.
Okay, so you're looking for that warm feeling to relax a little bit and not have all this anxiety.
Relax. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, all right, great. Let me ask you, you said that your mom drank. Did anyone else in your family drink?
I mean, you know, Jerry'd have some beers with her sometimes, and my brother Ryan does sometimes. He drinks some.
Okay. Do you think Ryan has any sort of problem with it?
I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really hang out with him at all. I haven't seen him in quite some time.
Okay, all right. Couple more questions here. Do you smoke? Okay. How many packs a day do you think you smoke?
Probably like a pack and a half. I mean, I smoke more if I'm drinking.
Okay, a pack and a half. And when did you start smoking?
I don't know, I was probably like 15.
15, okay. All right. And what kind do you smoke? What, do you filter, unfiltered?
Filtered menthol.
Filtered menthol. All right. Coffee? Are you a coffee drinker?
Yeah, in mornings.
In the mornings to get you going? How many cups do you think you drink a day?
Probably like 3.
3 cups. Okay. Any other substances that you can think of?
Not really. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so no medications,
Mm-mm.
no pills anymore,
Mm-mm.
no drugs of any sort.
Mm-mm.
You drink alcohol
Yeah,
and coffee
and coffee.
and smoke cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly,
Mm-hmm.
are you currently working?
I'm not.
You're not working right now.
Mhm.
How long has it been since you've worked?
Like probably 2 years, a little less than 2 years, because Jeff didn't want me working. I had to quit when I met him.
So he suggested that you quit and that he would pay all the bills.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. And I imagine as a mom, you said, wow, I get to spend some more time at home with my kids and such.
I mean, I liked working.
Okay.
I did. I liked working.
All right. So what were you doing when you were working?
I'm a hairstylist.
I can almost tell your hair is beautiful. Do you
Thank you.
still have friends at the shop that do your hair? Okay. How long had you done that?
I've been a hairstylist for, I don't know, like almost as old as Mike is, so 18 years.
18 years. Okay. Where did you learn that?
I went to vocational school.
Okay.
High school.
Right out of high school. So did you graduate from high school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 12th grade. Any college?
No.
Okay. But you went to vocational school.
Yeah.
Are you currently licensed to be a hairdresser?
No, I let my license lapse.
Oh gosh. What would you have to do to get that back, do you think?
I don't know. I probably got to do some like continuing ed stuff and probably pay some fines and stuff like that.
Continuing ed. Okay. Is that something that you would like to do? Would you like to go back to work now?
Yeah.
Okay. So your employment goals would be then to go back to being a hairdresser?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How hard do you think that would be to get through these steps?
I don't know. Like, I don't know anybody that's gone through it because all my friends, like, had their license and stuff, you know. And they told me at the time that I should be keeping it, but Jeff was just so crazy about me not working. He just, yeah, he just didn't like, you know, sometimes they would party at the salon and stuff after hours and lots of pills and stuff like that folks were doing there. And he started getting just more and more frustrated and having me in that environment. He wanted me home and he didn't want me around it, and you know, so.
But you mentioned pills. You weren't doing the pills. You said you haven't done them?
No, like a lot of people at the salon were, like that's kind of the
Okay.
thing they all do.
Okay.
I don't know. Pills just kind of make me sick, so they make me tired and sick. I don't like them.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that in case I had missed that earlier. Okay. So you did go to high school.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like school?
Mm-hmm. I did all right.
You did okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you graduated from high school, and you went to trade school. What school was that?
Nationwide Beauty Academy.
Nationwide. Okay. I hear that's really good.
Yeah, it did what I needed it to do, I guess.
Okay. And did you have any sort of problems in school or in trade school? Everything went well?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I got like one of the top internships with a really good salon right out of school, and so then they trained me like their own way of doing stuff. So that was kind of nice, you know. So I did pretty well as far as money was concerned.
It sounds like you might have been very good at what you were doing.
I probably was. I mean, I had a really good clientele.
Okay. Do you have some connections maybe that once you get your license back, you'll be able to get back into the field?
I don't know. It's like kind of one of those things, you know, people need their hair cut, so they go and they find people if you're not around anymore, you know. So, I mean, I know people in the field that I probably could connect to see if they give me a job, but I don't know if I could get back like in the really good salons right out of it, you know.
Well, maybe one step at a time. Get back into
Yeah.
it and work your way back up again.
Yeah.
You know, if you're as good as this sounds, it sounds like you will have that opportunity to work your way back up again.
Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you. My intake is asking just a couple of more questions here.
Okay.
Okay. Any problems reading while you were growing up?
Mm-mm.
Any literacy problems? Okay. And did you skip any grades?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Did you repeat any grades?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And was there any subjects in school or special interests or anything that you did that you really enjoyed?
I like English.
English?
I like to write.
Do you write now?
Not really. I mean, I've had like journals and stuff in the past, but I don't really do that now.
Okay, so right now you're not journaling.
Mm-mm.
Okay, and do you have, besides for getting your license back, any plans to go to school for any sort of career?
No, I'm too old to start over now.
Well, I don't know about that, but...
But I mean, like, career-wise, I like what I was doing. I'm not going to change now.
Okay, great. Let me ask you, have you ever been in the military?
No.
No? Okay. And legal history, have you ever been arrested?
No.
And you been charged with anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So only Jeff has been charged with something?
Yeah, just...
Okay, great, thank you. Kelly, do you practice any religion?
No, I mean, like, when I was a kid and stuff, you know, my mom every once in a while would get, like, all on her high horse and make us go to church, but I don't do any of that now.
Do you remember which church you went to?
It was like a Methodist church, I think.
It was a Methodist. Does your mom still go?
I don't know, I guess if she's not drinking.
Okay, all right, but I take it that you're not going. Any religion or spirituality beliefs that are important to you?
No, not really.
All right. And let me ask you about your ethnic background.
I'm white.
You know, well, okay, you're white.
I guess.
Okay, but are you English? Are you French? Are you German? Are you...
My mom's family, like my great-grandma was German, and that's all she spoke, so we spoke a lot of German in the house with her.
Well, that's interesting. Did you eat a lot of German food also?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really missed that.
My goodness. My grandmother was German also,
Mm-hmm.
and so every Friday night were German sausages.
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss that cooking.
Me too.
Do you do any of that?
Not really. I mean, you know, when you're a kid, you don't realize you need to learn that stuff, you know, until she's already gone, so not really though. My mom makes some of the stuff every once in a while, but like I said, I haven't seen her in forever.
Do you have any German groups that you get in with, or bars, or sports teams, or... Okay, sometimes people do that, and I was just curious. All right, thank you. All right, so I know about Jeff. Tell me about your friends.
I mean, Jeff kind of has pushed most of them away.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't like a lot of my friends. And, you know, I mean, if you don't call people and talk to people, then your friendships kind of suffer a little.
Yes, I'm sure they do. Did you have close friends before you met Jeff?
I had Amy and Corey.
Amy and Corey.
They were great.
Okay. Are you able to touch base with them at all? Okay.
I haven't talked to him, either one, in probably 2 years.
Okay, so right at this point, you'd say that you don't have any friends? Okay. I have this feeling, though, you are very good at making friends. Is that?
I don't know. I mean, I guess probably back in earlier times, maybe. I mean, who wants to be around somebody with all my problems, really? You know, it's just not, I don't know. It's just easier not to deal with friends because then they ask questions and then Jeff gets all crazy. It's just not worth it.
That would make it difficult, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Who do you consider your primary support system, though?
You mean like financial support? Like
No, emotional support. Who do you share your issues or problems with? Who do you go to when you're excited? Who do you talk to?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really have anybody. I mean, I guess I talk to Mike some about stuff if it's something really good, but in general, I don't. I just kind of deal with it myself, you know.
Okay. All right. Do you guys have a pet?
Yeah, we've got a dog.
You have a dog? Whose dog is it?
Jeff's.
Jeff's dog?
Mm-hmm.
Is the dog somebody that you talk to sometimes? Some people really get attached to their dogs. And
yeah, I mean,
dogs listen so well.
Yeah, I mean, he's Jeff's dog. The kids really like him. He stresses me out because he's just, you know, he tears stuff up, and then when he tears stuff up, and Jeff gets mad, and you know, so sometimes it causes more problems for me.
So not a support system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. All right. So tell me what you do in a crisis.
Like right now with Jeff being gone?
Well, that's a crisis. How do you react? What are your steps to do in a crisis?
I mean, first night that they took him out, like, you know, as soon as the cops cuffed him, I mean, I practically poured a glass of wine because, you know, what else am I going to do? I mean, and then I just started, you know, going through the phone book and figuring out how I was going to get food stamps and trying to figure out, you know, where am I going to go, and got in touch with you guys, and you know, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
All right, so at first you relaxed, and then you worked through steps to get your needs met, and then you followed the referrals that people gave you. All right, okay. Would you say that's the way that you usually handle crises?
Probably.
That's a pretty good way of doing that, you know, getting yourself together and working through steps. Okay. All right, great. Let me ask you something that might be a little hard for you to answer. What do you do for fun?
For fun?
You remember fun? What do you do for fun?
I watch Real Housewives.
Real Housewives, okay. What about that show is fun for you?
I don't know. They're just crazy. I like their hair, like their clothes and stuff. Just,
okay.
You know, watching what it would be like, I guess, to not have all the stress in your life, you know. I mean, they create their own stress with each other, but like, they don't have, their spouses aren't necessarily beating them, and they're not having, you know, to get food stamps, and they're not, you know, having to talk to perfect strangers because their husband was arrested, and you know what I mean? Like, just, I don't know, they get, you know, great cars and go on trips, and you know, just
sounds like a good life, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you're spending time talking to strangers and going through this. It doesn't seem right, does it?
It's what I chose.
We're almost done with our assessments, and we'll start working through a plan. And it sounds like you're really good at following steps, and it sounds like you're a person who gets out of crises and situations. That you have some strengths in that. And we'll talk about that in a minute. 2 more questions. What do you do with your leisure time? Besides for watching Real Housewives?
I mean, I clean a lot. Like, my house is really clean.
Okay.
And I like it that way. Like, I like it really organized, and so I clean a
Okay.
lot.
Okay.
I cook some. I mean, I'm not a great cook, but, you know, I definitely will cook some.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
I like to bake, really.
Oh, what do you bake?
Brownies. I like
Oh,
brownies.
yum.
Yeah.
I bet your kids love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. What other hobbies? What else do you do to keep yourself busy?
That's about it. I don't really have a whole lot else I do.
Okay. All right. Great. right. We're just about done.
Okay.
We spent a lot of time talking about what has brought you here.
Mhm.
I'd like to spend just a little time now talking about your strengths,
Okay.
the positives that are in your life and the positives that you bring with you.
Okay.
Okay? So, what do people like about you?
I don't know. I guess I'm kind of funny.
Okay. All right, you're funny.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was a good hairstylist, so
All
maybe
right.
creative. I don't know.
Okay, so creative. And you said that you bake, so that's part of the creative. All right. What else do people like about you?
I don't know. I can't think of anything. Really.
What attracted Jeff to you?
I don't know. I mean, we just had a good time. You know, we laughed a lot. It was really good when I first met him.
Okay, so you're able to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're attractive? Do you believe that about yourself? Have people told you that?
I mean, I think I probably was earlier on. I don't know. I don't think I'm aging real well, but
Okay.
a lot of stress.
Okay. All right. What do you think is your most positive feature?
You mean like physical feature?
No, it doesn't have to be physical. It can be about your strength and being a good mom.
I would say that.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're a good
definitely
mom.
with Justin. I mean, probably some mistakes with Mike, but I'd say definitely with Justin, I'm a good mom.
Okay. Well, Mike was the first one. We learned on the first one, and then the second one. Everybody does that. Don't beat yourself up about that. Okay. What else do you think is positive about you? Before we ask what other people thought, what's good about you that you really like about yourself?
I don't know. I mean, I really can't think of stuff. I'm not good at this kind of stuff.
Yeah, maybe you haven't had a lot of practice thinking about the good things about yourself recently.
Probably not.
Okay. Can I add one?
Sure.
I really see you as somebody who's pretty self-directed and proactive. You've told me how you've taken steps to work through crisis and situations, and that's really a great characteristic that you seem to have used in your life, and maybe that'll be something that we can draw on as we go through this process.
I mean, even if I'm doing it because I want my kids out of trouble, I mean, that's kind of why I was doing it.
Some people just give up.
Yeah, okay. That's a strength then, I guess.
Okay, great. All right. So let's take a second here and summarize all these different areas that we've looked at, right? And so that I'm sure that I have an understanding of the information that you told me. You're currently living in an apartment, and Jeff is not in the apartment right now. Is it correct that my understanding is that you want to find a safer place to live?
Yeah, if he gets out, I'm in trouble.
Okay, so one of the goals of this is to almost immediately look for a place to put you and the boys, and maybe help bring Mike back into the home?
Yeah.
Okay. I see that when things get really stressful for you, that you do use drinking as a coping mechanism. Is that something that is okay? Would you like to investigate some other coping mechanisms? What do you think about that?
I mean, I guess I probably should come up with some better ways to do it, you know? I don't want it to be negative for Justin.
And you did mention that you had
a
heart rate thing,
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we can put that into our treatment plan a little bit too. No mental health history, but you are talking about being kind of unhappy for a while now, for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And would you like to look a little bit more into that and talk about any sort of maybe therapy or medication to help you feel a little bit better?
If it'll help, yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
All right. And let's see here. You are very employable. You have a long history of being a hairdresser and had some really good clients. So there's some steps that need to be taken to get you back to that. No legal history, and believe me, that's a rarity. You've done really well not getting into that. Friendships, is that something that you would like to rebuild as a circle of friendships and support?
Yeah, I mean, I really would like to.
Okay.
Get that right, reconnected probably.
Okay. And we have your great strengths of you being self-directed and proactive, so that once we talk about the directions that you want to go, and maybe we help you with some referrals and such, that you'll be able to go from there. Does that sound like a beginning idea and plan?
Yeah. That's
great. That's great. It would be my idea to start with a safety plan and to work on getting your residents moved. Is that where you want to start?
Yeah, because I don't know when he's getting out, and I'm just worried for me and the kids.
All right, so maybe we'll need to talk to Children and Family Services about some sort of support, financial support, and get you into a safe place to live. And then we can make a plan of which things we're going to work through in a specific order that you feel comfortable with.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. It's been wonderful getting to know you.
Yeah, you too.
I'm just so happy that you're here.
Thank you.
Okay.